Hello everyone, welcome back. The skinning update has been delayed for a couple days. It should come out around Friday. I bought all the necessary ships. I think I also have all the rigs ready. The only thing that I'll need is the new skills and of course the new module. Now I'm quite looking forward for scanning, very excited to see how it will work, and also quite excited for the Sister of Eve ships that will come out in 2 months. Okay, well, let's shoot some ships now. First target will be this Dramiel. Now this is a very slippery little ship. Is also a angel ship, same faction as this Cynabal. And this Dramiel decided to play with our interdictor, so I came in to help. And as you can see, I have some problems to hit this ship. Now Dramiels are known to be very slippery. They also have very small signature radius, so it is indeed very hard to hit these ships. I lost web. I have to reapproach. It uses a afterburner. I don't think it's a dual propulsion Dramiel. Okay, it's webbed again. Now into low armor. It uses a shield booster, but it will not help that much. And now it's into hull, and the ship was destroyed. That was a very nice little kill. It was a very slippery Dramiel. Didn't hit it while I had my gyros overheated. Okay, let's get the wreck. And it dropped some very nice stuff. Excellent. Well, that was a very juicy little frigate. Very slippery. Was a very good pilot. Next target. Now, big shout out to Mapash. This pilot decided to pay us a visit, and well, they watch the channel, so again, big shout out and thanks for the good support. Okay, I'll try to get the pod, or I will not get the pod. My teammates are too bloodthirsty today. As you can see, they are literally eating everything on the field. Okay, I have looted the wreck, and we were in this Inquisitor anomaly. The original plan was to fight ships that were inside this Inquisitor, but they warped off, so we did the Inquisitor and made some ISK, by the way, doing it. Okay, next target, Prophecy. As usual, one of my favorite ships to shoot at are Prophecies. Nice, and that was this Prophecy was also outside of the bubble, so it could have slipped away, but it didn't. We caught it. And now I will reapproach the gate. Alright, well, we did have some very, I think, interesting fights this week. I did include several of them that you are going to see. And when we get Sister of Eve ships, I don't know how many of these ships I will get. Maybe 2 of each. Depends on the purpose that I want to sign them for. Next target, this prototype. I've heard that we are going to get the new faction of these ships very soon. Maybe in September actually. If you remember the beta tests, these ships were ridiculously overpowered. They did have ridiculous DPS. The tracking on the decomposers was bad, and they're mostly good sniping ships. I will fly them most likely. I'm very curious to see how they will work. Next target, Caracal Navy. I think my prototype back in the beta test had around 1.9k DPS. At the time, that was very good DPS, and I was quite impressed by it. The destroyer had maybe 900 DPS, if my memory serves me well, which is pretty good actually. Pretty good DPS. Now, how strong will they be when they get released? That's the main question. I suspect they will be nerfed. They should be nerfed. If they are released in the original version, then that might be a problem. Although they're only good at sniping, because the decomposers have very bad tracking speed. Yeah, they have very bad tracking. Okay, next target, Drake. And this Drake did not live that long. I got a kill, so that was kind of surprising. Did not expect to get a kill, but I did. And let's get the pod. I missed. Alright, well, fair enough. I guess I can't get all the pods every time. And some nice loot. Let me reapproach the gate. Surprisingly, the C-type modules are getting quite cheap today. I think when they become salvageable, then I think their price will go up. Not quite sure what will happen. Alright, jumping in the TrollNado. First target, another prophecy that jumped in on this gate. This system is a death trap, by the way. It is very risky to be here. Extremely risky to be in this system. Okay, and the pods, am I going to snatch the pods? Or am I... Yeah, I am going to snatch the pods. Excellent. Alright, this ship does have a lot of marks on it. I kind of forgot how many. Next target, Moa Guardian. And this is a... Now I'm in my Condor 2, or not Condor 2, Condor Interceptor. I don't usually fly interceptors in PvP, but well, sometimes interceptor raids can be fun. And we caught these ships. Well, they are mostly miners, and I think they're going to a belt. Well, obviously they're definitely going to a belt, and we have intercepted them. So the primary target for now is this Moa Guardian. Now, I can't lock on more than 4 targets on a interceptor. That's kind of weird. That's something I have to get used to. I don't fly frigates that often. Okay, Moa Guardian surprisingly taking damage there. I will try to lock on all the important targets. Let's see who's the primary. At the moment, the Moa taking damage and the Procurer taking damage. Yeah, I think we're going to focus on the Procurer. So I don't see the Moa Guardian releasing the bubble, so they should take full damage. Not quite sure why the Moa is not using the shield field module, but that's fine. It's making the job for us easier. Okay, we reached 40% shield on that industrial ship. Interesting. So it has a shield extender. Okay. They might be PvP industrial ships. That can also happen. These ships can be very dangerous for interceptors. If you equip them with a scrambler, web, and a large note, then that might be a problem for small ships. Now here, this is a dual propulsion interceptor, and I'm being careful not to get within the range of the neutralizers, although I already kind of am. They're focusing on my allies. That's not good. I would rather beep the primary, but I guess they're not interested in my interceptor. We'll attempt to shoot the drones, but I think I am the only interceptor left standing, so that means I have to be careful. Yeah, now they are shooting me. I have drones on me and the Moa is shooting me, and I did take some small amount of damage. That means I'll have to take range, and I'll try to get the wreck of my ally. Yeah, that's a lot of industrial ships. That was a lot of drones. If you stumble upon maybe 5, 6, or 7 of these ships, and if all of them have PvP defensive setups, then that might be a problem. they can easily kill interceptors or any other frigate of that matter. Okay, well, going to collect the wreck of my friend there, and then I will take range from the gate. And we're not giving up yet, though. I still want more blood on this Condor 2, Interceptor, not Condor 2. Okay, next target. We caught this Vexor, a very tanky Vexor. Surprisingly, a very tanky Vexor. We are still in interceptors, and we caught this Vexor outside of the station. Not quite sure why they decided to fight. They could have docked, but I guess they thought that they could kill interceptors that easily. Armor tank Vexor. Finally, I see a normal tank on a Galactic ship. It's taking some damage, reaching into hull now. My range for the missiles are 17 kilometers. I'm orbiting around 15 to 16 kilometers. Sometimes cannot hit the target because of the speed. Okay, another interceptor joined the fun. Slasher interceptor. Okay, let me. Okay, there's definitely more ships warping in. Okay, it's locked, orbiting. Oh, uh-oh, that's not good. A shark came into the fish tank. That's not good. Ashimu. Okay, let's not get within 30 kilometers of that ship. That's not a good idea. Ashimu with the webs has 29.9 kilometer range and definitely has 30 kilometers range with the Nosferatu or Neutralizer. That would have been a dead interceptor if I come close to that ship, but it's about to be also engaged. It's locked. It did lock me on, so if I go within like 29 kilometers from it, I am going to be dead. I'll try that. I'll try to avoid that for now. Okay, they have caught one of our interceptors. The Ashimu caught one of our interceptors over there, and well, yeah, that's what happens if you get caught by an Ashimu. I'll try to get the pods if possible, while that Ashimu is chasing our interceptors. The second interceptor survived. I think it's outside of the 30 kilometer Ashimu range, so it should be good. That Ashimu might be using beam lasers. I didn't see what kind of color, what laser color it had. If it is purple, then it's pulse. If it's red, then it's beam. And I didn't catch what it was using. Oh well, the pod docked or warped away. There is a cruiser and a battle cruiser popping in. Alright, well that's the forces are getting overwhelming for us, for at least for interceptors, and there is more industrial ships, mining ships returning from the belts. Okay, let's go to the ping location and then we will try to see what's next. Okay, well, prototype and a Myrmidon at gate. They have attacked us. Well, kind of, you know, I don't think I can say that they have attacked us. We came to them, so we attacked them, and they are technically defending. Now that prototype is well built. It has a large neutralizer, so getting close to it is not a good idea. I don't want to get neutralized, and it appears to be also very fast. Never thought that I'd say this, but that prototype is very fast. I don't know if I ever saw one of these ships to be fast. They're usually bricks, they barely move. And the other Myrmidon sending out drones at us. Well, if we engage... Oh, there is a Hurricane logistic popping in. Yeah, we are not going to break the tank of these ships. Maybe if we focus on the logistics, then we might actually, you know, do some damage to it. But there is a chance that that Logi is also heavily tanked, so That's also not a good idea. If we get within 25-kilometer range on those battlecruisers, then we risk losing one of our interceptors because of the neutralizer. And it definitely has webs. And it definitely can chase us. It appears to be fast, so if we lose our propulsion, we are toasted. Oh, I'm the primary now. Okay. Well, like I said before, the tracking on these guns, on the decomposers, is terrible. So I'm not afraid of getting hit. It just doesn't have enough tracking and range to hit me. So I'm pretty safe from that prototype. But the drones can be a problem. Even with tracking computers, the tracking is still terrible. So they're good at shooting large stationary targets at distance. Okay, well that was a little fun little interceptor ride. We killed one ship. We shot at other ships. Now I'm in my RB cover tops. Haven't been flying this ship that often, but that I would change that. So this is a gate camp over here, not a friendly one, obviously. And I'll show you one of the tricks that people are starting to use more and more. You probably heard of the bubble drag effect. Pretty much that means if you have a bubble, let's say behind the gate, and if you're warping at the gate, you're gonna get sucked in the bubble if your warp aligns with the bubble. And at the moment, at this gate, there is no bubble. The gate here exits at low sec, so I can pretty much, you know, go in at... I can get out of this system at any time. They opened the bubble, and this works on pretty much all interdictor ships. You can do it with a cruiser, you can do it with a destroyer. In this case, it's a destroyer. And anyone who will warp in at this gate from the opposite direction that's aligned to the bubble will get sucked in the bubble despite warping at the gate. So that's one evil trick. And this bubble here is at around 230 to 250 kilometers from the gate. So when you get sucked in, you are going to be 100+ kilometers away from the gate. Well, it is one very evil trick that I see people use more and more. And this camp tried to get us, but they failed. They have failed very hard. All of us escaped. Thankfully, I did bring a Covert Ops cruiser for this. Was a good idea to scout, and so far these ships will be even more important after the scanning update is released. I can't wait for the scanning update to hit. Will be very nice. Will be very nice. I can't wait to see what kind of kills we will get. Alright, well, after escaping from that, we decided to pay a visit to the death trap of a system. And this is a MOA Guardian, MOA 2 Guardian. It is the primary target at the moment. And there is quite a bit of people in local. A lot of them are not friendly. The response time here is insane, and the targets are also quite juicy and, well, quite difficult. Oh, uh-oh. Well, what do we have here? Dual Vindy. Oh my god, this is gonna be fun. This is about to be fun. You know, I kind of wish that Guardian isn't here. If that Guardian wasn't there, it would have been a lot different. But okay, challenge accepted. So the Guardian, yeah, it popped up the bubble, and the battleships are within the bubble. So all the incoming damage will be transferred to the Guardian. Let me just stop my ship over here. I am at optimal range, and yeah, I'm not doing too much damage to these battleships. I have painters on the Guardian, because technically that was still the primary target. It will take damage either way if we shoot the battleships or not. But don't you think that 2 Vindicators is is a little bit of a overreaction against like 2 tornadoes and couple cruisers. Yeah, that's kind of a overkill, but it's not every day that I see 2 of these beautiful ships on the field. So I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see who will be the next target. Yeah, let's... Well, the Moa is definitely still taking damage. Still within the bubble. We lost 1 interceptor and we lost our interdictor. That's fine. Not any big loss. We still kind of win the ISK war here. We killed more ships. We killed, I think, more ships in value than they have destroyed. So I think technically we still win. We just have to be careful not to let the battleships catch us. And that's obviously not happening today. Okay, well, the Moa, as expected, has very good resistance. And I forgot we had a battleship of our own. It was a Megatron, but still a battleship. Okay, well, we have two tornadoes left on the field against 2 Windys and 1 Moa Guardian. I mean, yeah, we're not going to go through the tank of that Guardian. Maybe if we bring our full force and if we kill the Guardian first, then we might have a chance to kill the Windys. I mean, a Windy isn't that tanky, although you can make it to be tanky, but that ship has excellent DPS and has very nice bonuses on webs and disruptors. Basically, if you get webbed by a Serpentis ship, then you are in trouble. 91.5% web strength per web on these ships. If they web you, basically your ship will go 1 meter per second, or basically you will be caught in place. Your ship will not move anywhere. Okay, let's see. Well, still exchanging fire here, and they're not shooting back, so they are most likely built for close range. Not quite sure if you should build a Vindicator to have long range. I think you can, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the bonuses. Those ships have phenomenal DPS at close range, and of course webs, so excellent at close range. Well, then we did do some shield damage on that Windy. It came out of the Guardian's bubble. Now, I'm not quite sure if the Guardian moved away or if the ship moved away. I cannot zoom in on the target because I am above 150 kilometers away from them. But we did do some damage, and that's only with 2 tornadoes shooting at them. Now you can imagine what would happen if we had our full force here. We could have definitely taken them, and they were very lucky that at this day not all of us were present. That doesn't mean that our full force will not be present. We did grow a lot in strength. Very interesting that how that changed. We have a decent fleet now when we are all grouped up together. But well, this was fun. Gotta say, not every day that I see 2 of these ships. We'll definitely try to catch a lot more of these battleships. If I remember, a couple days ago I saw a rattlesnake coming through. Unfortunately, didn't manage to catch it. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, so couldn't chase it. Was in a tornado, wasn't in a Cynabal. With the Cynabal I can catch pretty much most ships in the game without a problem. Well then, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.